What's up, NEC? Welcome to this Wednesday as we talk about Proverbs Chapter 22. So, the idea we're going to talk about today is something I've learned actually by watching my two oldest girls. So, Emma Grace and Hannah have such unique personalities. If you have more than one kid, you know how different they can be. But something that I realized after Halloween last year is that Hannah, our middle girl, is a snatcher. And Emma Grace is a hoarder. So, what I mean by that is Hannah's favorite thing is to run by Emma Grace. And if she's got a stuffed animal or some candy left over from Halloween, to snatch it up and to take off with it. And she thinks it's hilarious. And Emma Grace, being a hoarder, covers everything in her life like Lord of the Rings, my precious. She doesn't want to let anything go, any piece of candy. And so after Halloween, you can already see there was a little bit of conflict because they both had buckets of candy. And Hannah wanted some of Emma Grace's bucket, and Emma Grace wanted nothing to do with that. And so in watching it, I'm thinking, Emma Grace, share your candy. I'll buy you more candy. This is such a small little thing to give your sister a sucker. I can go down to the dollar store and buy a bag of suckers for $1. Share. We're not going to run out. But you know what? We carry that mentality in life sometimes. And that's what Solomon's talking about here in Proverbs chapter 22. I want to read it to you. It's right here in verse 9. It says, "The generous will themselves be blessed, for they share their food with the poor." Oftentimes, when it comes to finances or things that we have in our life, we go through life with a closed fist because we're snatching what's ours. We're holding on to what's ours. But the truth is, God designed us to live generously. He wants to put so much more in our hand if we will just open up and share. So, what are you holding on to? What are you hoarding or what are you snatching that you think is mine? Your Father owns everything. If we could carry that mentality when it comes to finances or when it comes to stuff, this mentality that we don't live in poverty, we have a rich Father that can provide anything that we need. But the only way we're going to tap into that provision is by living life with open hands. If we live life this way, God is not going to put anything in our hand because he will not support our selfishness. And this verse right here is just a reminder that if we live generously, that's the blessed life. That's how we tap into a God that owns everything. And so just like I encourage my girls to share with each other, I want to encourage us as a church. Let's mark our community with our generosity. I'm not just talking about tithing to the church here. That's such a small thing. That's a starting line. But I'm talking about buying someone's meal. I'm talking about giving away a car, giving away a house, maybe just walking up and handing somebody a check because you know that they need it this month. What does that look like to you? I know when I say those things, if you're like me, immediately you clench up. I got to hold on to what's mine. What if I run out? Good news, church. Your Father owns everything. And he promises us that if we live generously, we will be blessed. So that's what I got for today. How can you be generous today? Buy somebody's meal, buy a coffee. If you've never given a tithe, which is the first 10%, start there. Give to the church or find somebody that you work with or that you know is in need and just give something away. Man, that's a great feeling. Let's be a generous church. See you guys in a couple of days.